Hey, Asdog, we get the best dope on the markets. This is Friday morning, March 20th. Actually, futures go off today, the March futures. On the opening here, let's drop in right this very second here on silver. What is it, 7:50 a.m., bottom right-hand corner. The time is also right there. This is silver. This is last night. This was late yesterday. Aftermarket here, we're playing this powder blue here, 71.19, okay? In the middle of the night, we came down 1 o'clock. I had a bid in at 71 quarter. Above that, was unable, and this thing traded up to 73.78, okay, on a bounce. Okay, 378, so that's $2.50 break, okay? We came, okay, so what I did is I raised my bid to 33, okay, and got it here, although here the bounces are getting a little smaller here. As a matter of fact, this is going to be a head and shoulders top, okay, we'll see under this. And then under that is another pivot here, you know, so if one was to get under that, and you say, well, why do I want to sell? Okay, because central banks have to pay for all the, for not having any inventory or infrastructure for crude oil, like the UK. They're you know, they shut down all their stuff. Okay, so that's silver here. Let's go look at gold here. That was a close-up look. We're talking just here in the morning. Here we got here. You want a line here? Right here. Okay, let's just make this, I don't know what colors. Just grab a color. Okay, there. 47, 12, 20. Possible. Head and shoulders bottom here. This is how the lines play. What is this? This is like about a 200-minute chart. Okay? A little bit longer term. Now, to investors, you're not even looking here. But, in the meantime, these were a couple olive lines I had from here. You know what? We'll go a little bit longer term here. Here's the powder blues down here, okay? We got down to 45.05. Okay? Even $500 figure. That's a $1,000 break from last month's high or 2 months ago's high. Okay, so we'll see here. Okay, here's the idea. The BRIC nations, okay? China, India, Starmer in the UK. These guys have no energy needs, okay? So everybody's quoting now. They're falsely quoting in the United States, quoting the price of Brent crude, which is over 100, okay? And let's go look at that. Let's finish up the thing here. Here, 94.84, 96.45. Here's a high in May crude. Okay, 96.45. I got something there. I've got this number here. We have gone, hang on a second here. This is a good one. Look at how many times we come up here. Okay, and you got over $100. Is $100 a gift to Arab sheiks? When crude was just down to 55 a couple months ago. Here, let's go take a look. Here, let's go take a look at a weekly. Okay. We're just down at 55. This is the drill, baby, drill. Okay. Now we got a little bit of a war. Okay. And we'll see. Now everybody, Bloomberg this morning, is going nuts with their hatred. And now they're predicting they're predicting higher crude prices. They're predicting like catastrophe. Okay. Catastrophe is when you're going to see some of the best sell opportunities, right? Right? Because the market's getting pooched up, and every single person that's short has to pay up. So you will have these. I'm not talking about staying home, going home short overnight, because we could open $10 higher. But if we open $5, $6 lower, does that mean that the crude oil rally is over? Does that mean AI has sped things up so fast? So in the future, I am going to, I'm going to look at the RBOB and maybe the heating oil also, because those things have absolutely gone nuts, okay? So, okay, let's just touch on my soft page. Here's the dollar here. You had an outside reversal down here. This possibly might be, I think long term, we're just kind of in these big trading ranges here. This is May cotton here. You got a nice big trend line here. You know what? That was too bad because we've been long this cotton. Look at this. If you think you missed it, here, look at this. You hit the green, came over, closed exactly at that green. Here you came, inside day, all the way back down to the lows, closed one tick lower, whatever. Here you touch the green. Is this the high? 68.76. If you had an order to sell it at 74, you're filled. Here's an intraday of that here. This is the July D's cotton here. Goodness gracious. You got to take profits. You know, you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. Here's copper, upper left-hand corner. Let's take a look at this. I talked about this area here for weeks. And I've talked about selling copper for this whole time when we started going sideways, okay? Here you're to come over here. You're just picking a top against one of these. This is the blow-off. Here's the head. Here's a shoulder. You pick it here. Here's another shoulder with 7, 8. And now here we came down. Is this a daily? Yeah. We came down here. Look at this. We came down here, spike. Okay, you buy it with a 5-tick stop. Okay, and here, I'll blow it up. Okay, here, right here. Looks pretty exact, right? If you're using the right software, this is CQG, and you're paying for premium data, okay, and you know how to construct it. So here we got this right here. You know what? Hang on a second. I'm gonna put some. Never mind. Okay, I just added a line right there. This one right here. This will be important here also. You know, when they see right, you know, they're 140 apart here. You know, it's money, right? It's real money in futures anyway. If you're playing lines and levels and you know, strength, weakness, a trader. All right, here we get into some juicy. Oh, here we go. Look at this. June crude oil. Okay, 1822 last here. This is an area, okay? If more war happens, the risk is to the upside, of course, here. But let's see where the spread was. Okay, right here. Look at this, right? 0 minus 128. Okay, this is where we were. Now we're $23 over. Okay, so here I got a couple olive line. As a matter of fact, yeah, this is it. These are olive line cells here. They might be a little different on a day chart here. Let's just hang on a second. 23.45. Let's go to a day chart here. Let's see. Okay. Okay, that's the overnight high on March 9th, I'm sure. Yeah. 32.50, okay? Here now, you know, so they traded, and here now the high is $10. Okay, when the market, as a matter of fact, here's the green. You go from the green to the olive here, to back to the green, to the olive here. Look at this, reverse back down. Holy camoly, this is kind of later. So I'm seeing this as possibly bearish, okay? And you're seeing all the opposite news, okay? Everybody's bullish. Bloomberg is hyping the shit out of it this morning. I've seen $166 crude forecasts, okay? And the last time the banker said 200, that was in silver, right? They said 200, we went up to 122, and and that was it. In a week, we broke 50% of the value of the contract. Okay, and as a matter of fact, that was down by yesterday's low. So we've got an olive. So these are pivots, okay? And here, look at this. So you got a little outside down bar. Here's your volume here. Where was this? Okay, right here. Somebody did some volume. Okay. You know, that means there's a buyer and a seller. So that means there's a buyer right up here by my olive line cells, okay? The number that screws the most amount of traders. The Goldman Sachs olive line. That's my definition. Here we've got a monthly chart here. This is $14. This is Brent over WTI. What else do I have in here? Okay, here's one up here, 119. This is in the May Brent. One of my numbers. You say, well, you got a whole bunch of numbers. Yeah, you know what? But the $3, $4, $5 apart. That's $1,000 a dollar, okay? There are small contracts. If you want to trade any of this and get my charts, I am a registered broker, and we do it through here. You go like here. We go to where? Trade? Is it? Do I have trade up here? And then you hit the, let's just see what spread trader is. Okay. Uh-oh. I don't want this. Okay. I don't want this here. Hang on a second here. Oh, boy. I want to remove that. Snap trader off. Okay, so that would be we could put an order in for you to play a number with a buy stop over it, for example. Okay, and let's just go into RBOB here. Let's just go see what I got in RBOB because this is unleaded gas. Okay, so here we're at 292, Here, let's go look. This, you'll like this. Here, let's look at RBOB, all the contracts, okay? I don't know why these are blank. Maybe these are the only ones that are in overnight, okay? So here, we'll see the highest price here is May, 312, okay? And then you can see back here, 250. Okay, we're going back to normal on prices. This is October, okay? So we're going down 60 cents from where it is May. So, okay, just in time for the midterms, folks. Okay, so this is a July RBOB. This is April, okay? This is April. We're in delivery, okay? We're right up here anyway. This is spot. This is actually not even spot anymore because it's expiring. These are the only levels I have to play this. Okay, 328's an olive, 341's an olive, and change. And then here's the green over here. Yeah, as a matter of fact, first time we got under there, we closed back under the green. Now, all of a sudden, here's a matter of fact, here, what's the pattern right there? Okay, where would your sell stop go? Okay, you need to know. Email me, arp@nasdog.com, where you get the best dope on the markets. I'll take charts, okay? Charts and levels. That's what, listen, when I was on the trading floor, that's why I've designed these charts to have everything a trader needs. Okay, you'll have weekly, monthly, all those little pivots just easily displayed in your chart. That delivered to your inbox. You know, if you're that big and you need another way, we could set it up. Thanks for watching. Always use a risk stop to stop the risk.